What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Haze Demon Show. And we are going to be doing something very different from what I have normally done, which you guys are kind of getting used to me doing quite a variety of different things, I would say. Today, I'm going to be doing something that I've been planning on doing for like 8 months now, maybe. And honestly, I am ready to do it. We got it. We got everything ready. I mean, we got the 4K camera. That's pretty much the best way to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So the plan here is to make this mask, which is like a jester mask. I was about to put it this way. I guess I could put it on my face for a second here, but where the 4K is going to stretch to 1080p, this view is really not anything worth me even talking about here at all. But basically, it's a jester mask, and I'm going to be painting it like Super Mario Bros. 2, the Phanto mask. The mask where if you pick up a key, the mask will come to life, and it will chase you around the room. Very random, I know. I thought it would be really cool. I mean, I like Super Mario Brothers, and I think it's just something interesting. I don't think there is these masks, maybe like convenient. There's probably like Etsy or something like that. You know what I mean? They're probably doing the same thing I'm doing. But I haven't done art since I was in... Actually, I did do art in 12th grade. Because I really didn't have to do as much. Like, I did all my advanced classes whenever I was in... Let's go ahead and get started here. We'll talk about the paint here in a second. I did do art in 12th grade. And that's because I got moved. My mom moved. Our family moved. Whenever I was 17 or so or whatnot, and I was in the junior year of high school. We moved to Tennessee, and so I kind of don't really know why, but I decided that college wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. Eventually going to be that I ended up joining in the Army for 6 years. Tennessee Army National Guard, right? Trying to get this lined up good, but I think I'm just not gonna get it quite because I have not practiced anything like this in ever. The middle of the middle of the middle of the middle. We're trying to make it so that way the lines are more straight whenever I go to paint it. For one side and not get it paint onto the other side. Anyway, so I did have to go to a new school, and for some reason I just didn't want to go to college anymore. I took a lot of classes to go to college, AP, whatever. I did take 3 years of Spanish. Don't ask me if I'm bilingual, because I'm not. Bienvenido al show del Haze Demon. Buenas carvelas, mi amigos. Anyway, so I think I'll have to just like put some more tape on here. I think what I should do is like almost have it to where it is on the edge of the line, but then I can put a little piece more tape to be able to make it in there. But anyway, so when I went, I had already pretty much mastered everything I needed to be able to, you know, like how each state has a specific like state standards test. Everybody's got a different one. In Florida, it's called the FCAT. F's in the chat, right? But in Tennessee, it was the TCAT, I'm pretty sure. And anyway, so they tested me. Well, so first of all, let's rewind it. I just went ahead and... Well, no, they did it. Whatever. It was 2 different times. Right, so they did test me, though, to see if I could pass the TCAT, and I did. Like, they gave me, like, a practice test, basically, but it was actually pretty much the TCAT, and I aced it. So they were like, whatever, you can do whatever you want. You want to take college classes, you can, or whatever. And so I just took I took a different named science class, so basically I could sleep in it. Then it was like stuff I already knew, but I did take pre-calculus because I was really excited to take more math classes. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. So we're definitely going to cut this in the middle here. And that was easy. I got a 98% on my semester grade in calculus. I could have got 100 if I had done the extra credit. But dude, I have a 98 in the class. Why do I need to do extra credit to get any higher than that? Get high scores, right? Yeah, okay. Nah, I was just like, nah. If there's like a slight misalignment, then maybe I can still fix it in the long term. Like I can redo the line itself with the paint. I don't really know. I'm gonna take a break from doing the tape here because I wanted to show you guys, and I'm still gonna keep talking about it anyway, but hear what we're talking about. But I wanted to show you guys the paint that I'm gonna be using here. So this is a light body metallic acrylic. It's a crimson 554 crimson color by the Lumiere. I had picked out these paints again, like I said, like 8 months ago. I did a little bit of research per se for what I wanted the color, because these particular masks that fly around are like, to me, they seem like they were kind of like a metallic, almost rustic kind of look to them. You know, because they were in these temples for a long time, supposedly. Right on. So I don't really need to read these. I probably should actually read this. Directions. Shake well before using. Paint cures after 24 hours. For maximum wash fastness on fabric. Air dry 24 hours. And then heat set by ironing both sides. That's something different. Yeah. I'm reading too far into that, chat. Calm down. All right, so basically that we're going to be painting half of this mask right now, and then going to let it dry, and then I'll do the other half, and then we'll do the detail. I got to do the eyes and the mouth. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Right. So I haven't done any artwork as an adult. So we have the light body metallic acrylic white, pearlescent white, right? Instead of having this white color, we want to have a metallic white color for that rustic look. And then for around the eyes and the mouth, I just went with a basic Mars black acrylic. It seems like I have a lot more of this than those. I should hopefully have enough paint for what I need it for. Hopefully. In the different pictures that are for the Phanto mask, they have a lot of shading either on the outside or just towards the inside. Since I've not practiced painting or any artistic things like this, I am going to not attempt to do shading. Although it's possible I could do it, I know for a fact that it would be better for me to have practiced on literally anything else before now. But hey, if you don't practice, you'll never get good at it, right? But hey, I know what my skill level is right now, which is very low. And so therefore, we're going to paint this like a kindergartner, okay? Okay, so once I get done with everything, I'm going to use this clear acrylic sealer to give it a glossiness, and and it'll keep it protected, right? So this is this is a process. This is a few days of process to get this done, and letting it do all that. And before I put it on my face and breathe paint in, know what I'm saying? And these Jester masks, even though the Phanto mask is very flat, except for the eyes and the mouth or whatever, I feel like this one gives the best, like, trolling. because that's what the masks are doing. They are trolling. Let's go ahead and take a check here to see that the camera has not died. I actually forgot to charge the battery before this part because I did do another video with my camera here. Everything looks like it's still good. So I should have enough time to record painting one side of it. Or I gotta do like the outline. I gotta figure out how I want to do the outline to the eyes to make it look like that. I know that I can't use tape to do the eyes. Maybe? I mean, kinda. Yeah, kinda can, but candy cane. But I think I will just try to freestyle the eyes and the mouth, which sounds like a bad idea, and you're right. Because stencils and tape are very effective at keeping straight lines, right? But we'll take a chance. Why not? So get this tape on here. I'm probably holding it too far away from the camera. I can already see like where this is. I'm trying to keep it as straight as possible, not necessarily connect these two pieces here, but I think that's basically what I ended up doing anyway. And with the curve of the nose here, let's go ahead and lay these down. I'm not going to be using this for such a long time, and whatever, those will be fine, just laying down to the side. Let's see here if we can get this to be, because if it's just slightly off, I mean, I'm pretty sure that we can put the other tape or paint over it, but if they're overlapped too much, then it might blend the colors. I don't know, but it's better if we can just avoid painting on top of paint as much as possible. So I'm just trying to get this as straight as I can. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but it should be as close as possible. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and just cut this here and try to get this up against it and whatnot. Let's not poke any holes into it. Right, so yes. So I did take art. Real quick, actually, we're gonna humble brag about the. It's not humble bragging at all. About the math, right? So I did take that pre-calculus, right? But I also ended up taking statistics, and let me tell you, I took statistics after I took pre-calculus, and it was dumb. It is a type of math that is completely based on using a calculator, which you do use a calculator some, you know, in algebra, but you can do a lot of it in your head. And it's not fun doing math with a calculator, believe it or not. So that was very boring to me. And then there was like, we had to do like survey type stuff for statistics, right? But it was just so lame. And then, so I only did part of the project. I know we're supposed to be talking about art class. Hold on, I still want to talk about math. Talking about math and art video. So I decided to quit doing the project that we had to do, and because I knew that I would still get a passing grade on it, right? And then I realized that as long as I can get, you know, a very high A in each one of my tests, I don't even need to do all the homework. I can literally do 50% of the homework by copying the back of the book so that I just leave blank the rest of the questions because it's boring. It's just putting it in a calculator. It's not fun math, okay, chat? Doing the equations is fun math, right? I'm probably not as good as I used to be at it, for sure, but I'm just saying it was more fun. So I literally did 50% of the homework, high scores on the test, and and then half of that project. But rewind a little bit. The teacher didn't know that I was better at statistics than her. Ha ha ha. Right? The reason why is because I knew that doing all this I would not fail. But she was so upset. Oh no, Haze Demon won't do his work. So I'm going to take him up to the front office, make him sit in this chair, and think about it. Who is going to walk up to me and tell me I have to do this project? I bet these other ladies, little nice ladies up there at the office, didn't give a crap diddly about whether I was doing my work or not. And she said, if you don't do this project, you're going to fail no matter what. And this is why I'm saying I did statistics better than her. Perfectly proved her wrong. Now, however, maybe she just let me pass, right? But I'm sure that I had to have hit a, soft spot on her, and she would have, and I don't mean that in any weird way. I mean, like, I feel like she just, like, okay, I actually totally threw myself off with that, whatever, I didn't mean it in any way. Brain fart. I don't know. I must have ticked her off by sleeping in her class and still passing her tests, and I proved her wrong that I still passed, whether it was by her or me. But the thing also is I already had so many credits in math that the class doesn't even matter. Even if I fail that class, I graduate high school that year, no matter what. So even if I was wrong, it doesn't even matter whether I was wrong or right about it, because I was going to pass, which I did pass, by the way. I did pass the class, and it had nothing to do with graduation. I mean, just didn't even need to do it at all. I wish I had took a different class because it was just boring. So, on the fun side of things, I can't remember if it was in the first semester of 12th grade or in the second semester. I want to say in the first semester. That's the last time that I took art. Now, when I was an elementary student, I actually had found art to be quite interesting. And I had looked to become a part of a program, but then I just faded out of it. Because the thing is that everything I have done, I generally, not everything, but generally, I will excel at it if I like doing it. And I did enjoy doing art, so what I would do is I remember specifically, I can't think of anything else at the moment right now, but I remember specifically watching the Mortal Kombat movie, no, not the movie, the animated series, right? Okay, get with me? And in the animated series, I paused the screen on Sub-Zero, and I sketched his body and face and whatever from just looking at the TV and doing it. That's kind of actually what we're doing right now, sort of, except I'm not having to make the face. I mean, it's probably not that hard to draw a circle. Is it? Yeah, actually, people go to college for drawing circles, so probably I am a noob at drawing a circle. So you draw this really very pretty face, and then you remove the eyebrows and the tongue and the hair, and then you've got a circle. You know what I'm saying? That kind of dealio. So I got toothpicks here that I'm going to draw the line with for the eyes. And then I've got a sponge thingamabobber here. Now, here's the thing is, I didn't even do any painting in high school. It was like pencil drawing with colored pencils, I think. And we had to draw like a room and with as much detail as possible. If I can find that picture, if I still have it, I should still have it. If I can find that picture, I'll show it to you guys before we end this series. Well, this is not going to be a series. This should be one whole video, but will it be? I don't know. I haven't quite thought it all the way through. Let's double check that we're still recording. Let's check here. We got that there. Yep. Looks good. It looks like it could still end up dying. I guess maybe really this is going to be a series because that's already 20 minutes into the video and I haven't even painted this thing. Right, so it's just story time, chat, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and speaking of which, I've been meaning to tell you guys this. I used to be crazy, you know, as a kid. I used to run around in town and city in Florida and Cape Coral. There's a lot of these, like, what do they call them in Ed, Edd and Eddy? The cul-de-sac? Something like that. Anyway, in Florida, there's a ton of, like, little neighborhoods that are separated by canals, okay? Now, before we continue on, I used to swim in canals all the time. I used to swim all the time at the beach or at pools or canals, which are very dirty. But anyway, the thing I've been wanting to tell you guys here recently was that I used to climb stuff all the time, right? Trees and whatever. And one time, me and my best friend at the time, Nick Wilson, climbed on top. This was when I was in middle school. We climbed our elementary school in the middle of the night. I am surprised that we didn't get in trouble. We get the law called on us or anything, but I remember climbing up there. I don't know exactly where I climbed up. I don't know if this is the right idea to use this or not, but we'll fill it in here and make it look pretty. We climbed up and we just chilled. We didn't do anything crazy. Maybe somebody's seen us, but they were like, if they don't do anything crazy, then they're not going to call the police or whatever. But the thing is that there's houses. Oh, I already got some paint on me. Should I have put that there? That's what I had these other paper towels for, actually. So, oops. Yeah, because I don't want to get it on the back side of it. I don't know. I guess just leave it the same here. So we're just gonna put that there, and then I got this other here for this. Right. So we climbed it. There was a lot of crazy things I did. I mean, in second grade. This is even more crazy. It's the same elementary school, mind you. In second grade, I used to be a pyro maniac, practically. And I used to go to the canals, speaking of canals, and there was like the not mangroves, but like the plants that grew along the water. And I should have just lit it at the tip here. I feel like I should start with a different one because I feel like that's just going to mess me up. In second grade, I took some matches to school. And I decided, and in this particular school, there is a bathroom in each classroom. Weird, kind of seems like it at the time, because like any other school I was in, we didn't have bathrooms in the classrooms. I wonder if I can lick that off of there. Probably not. Probably yeah. Don't lick this. I got some of the mask on me. It's machete or whatever. Don't do that. So yes. So I took matches to class. I don't ask me why. I have no idea. Okay. And I was in the bathroom, and I decided to catch the roll of toilet paper on fire that is currently hanging up. Like, I didn't even go to the bathroom. I just went in there and caught it on fire. And when I came out of the bathroom, I realized that there is a line of other kids waiting to go to the bathroom. So how am I going to get away with this? Because, okay, first of all, when I caught it on fire, I freaked out. you catch it on fire and act like it was like gonna be totally normal. I feel like we should have took this out a little bit later, maybe here, but it seems like I just trying to keep it on the front for this line. I maybe should have took it out a little bit longer, but it should be okay. But anyway, so as soon as I caught the roll on fire, I started trying to throw the toilet paper into the toilet. You know, like rolling the toilet paper into the toilet while it's on fire. Whole dealio. It didn't work. Tried to flush it. Didn't work. And yeah, so then I just left the bathroom. And since there was kids going into the bathroom, that you know, I don't know if it was the first kid or the second kid that realized that there was a fire that just got put out. I'm pretty sure I put it out before I left. I feel like I was responsible enough to have figured that part out. Before anybody realized that had happened, I took my matches and I hid them in one of the like encyclopedia books. So that way, if they searched us, because for some reason I already knew the idea of them searching us. Like I never really got in trouble with the law when I was a kid, but I was just a smart cookie, you know what I mean? Or really stupid, whichever way you want to put it. And basically, they immediately called, you know, like the resource officer to come in there, and they're trying to figure out who did it. And then they just assumed that it was the kid that was always getting in trouble, which I guess he was getting in trouble elsewhere because I never remember him causing any problems in class. So they searched his bag. They didn't even search all of our bags, which is kind of weird. You would think that they would have searched everybody. Hopefully the thing is that that kid wasn't traumatized and decided to burn somebody else's house down or something, since like, well, if they're gonna accuse me of it, I'm just gonna do it anyway. Hopefully maybe we scared him straight, you know, and then he became a good kid, right? That's what we can hope. But there's also that possibility that I scarred him for life by him having to get just stereotypically ties, which, you know, he was yeah, he was white. I'm just gonna put that. I'm just saying, like, so it wasn't that kind of stereotyping. I don't know why it made me think that way, but I'm just making sure everybody knows what page we're on here. Like, he was known for being a troublemaker, so they blamed him. Know what I mean? And didn't even search everybody else. Like, why are we not searching everybody else? Who cares, right? I got away with it. GG, baby. Next match. Yeah, I used to catch stuff on fire all the time near the water, right? That's what it was, is I would go by the canal and I could basically build a little campfire right next to the water with all the wood I could find around me and whatever else. Let's check, make sure we're still recording. Yeah, buddy. Dude, painting takes a long time. Yes, so I used to catch stuff on fire all the time, but think about this, though. If you're next to the water, the canal water or whatever, you know what I mean? You have a big source of water that you can put it out at. And trust me, I made some big fires. And here's the weird thing. These neighborhoods have all these houses, and yet somehow, out of all these times, I never had the law called on me for, there's a weird fire going on. You know what I mean? Why is there no police here? I wonder where all these police were, you know, being on the top of the building and catching stuff on fire all the time. And yet I never really had any problems with the police. I used to ride my bike everywhere. I used to run all over the place and stuff like that. I feel like we should just do the eyes right now, honestly, but yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I put all that tape in the middle, and I'm gonna just do the eyes. And I'm not even using the brush, I'm just using this because I feel like it's just really specific for this area here. And I think you guys got a pretty decent view of it from where it's been this whole time. But I think realistically, I just do the one eye tonight, and then we'll just... No, I'll do both eyes. That's what we'll do. We'll do both eyes, and the next time I'll be able to paint everything else. Because this is the more, like, fine part, and everything else is just really big. I'm trying to spread it even across here, is what I'm trying to do, if you didn't know. If you were paying attention to the paint, or were you paying attention to my story? Which one is it? So what else did I do that was kind of probably illegal? Well, I know kids and everybody else don't drink when you're underage, but I definitely did that. But who doesn't really? Now some of it was supervised. I'm not gonna say who. But a lot of it I definitely drank with just my friends and whatever. Freaking drinking the worst kinds of beer that are just not good tasting. I was trying to think of maybe something else that's like very normalized. So, there's something I kind of remembered that happened to me whenever I used to be in middle school. I started hanging out with the wrong crowd. This is true, technically, but that's not really what I meant. So I started hanging out with people that listened to rock and roll music, and that was like my introduction to it was in middle school, because most of the time my mom played rap music, R&B, yeah. R&B, what is that other version of R&B? So like it is R&B, but just another version of it. Where you say a word and then R&B. But anyway, because it's like the 90s. Oh, no, like I got black paint right there. This is supposed to be the white. Wait, hold on. If it looks like this, then then this is the white side, and this is the red side. Because that's the left, which would be its right. Wait. No, because that's mirrored. Yeah. Okay, cool. That's the red side, and this is the white side. Actually, that would make more sense if I've got it like this, and I'm looking at the picture like that. Oh my goodness, silly Billy. I was doing it that way, then I confused myself because I was worried about that. Shh. Anyway, so this group of people usually would hang out at the movie theaters. I know, right? So edgy. But everybody at that age in that town hung out at the theater. The theater was connected to like Kmart, where we would go there and get our Faygo and get us some cosmic brownies. I remember that. I remember some girl eating out my ear, like, blah, 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 and I just let her do it, and I didn't even get her name. I didn't even trade saliva either. I swear to you that I must have been really, really oblivious to, I obviously have been attracted to girls since I was young, but I am oblivious, like literally oblivious to some of the advances. And that would be one, that would be a really big one, to be honest with you. That's a pretty big one. That's not even what I was getting to, right? So this one time I left the group of friends that I was hanging out with, which I really didn't need to do because my mom was coming to get me and she would have picked me up there. you know, at that spot. She literally was going to drive by that spot to get to the movie theater. You know what I mean? So, but for some reason I was like, okay, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go to the movie theater area and I'm going to wait on my mom to come pick me up. And as I walked over to that area, there was like a group of dudes that went up, like walked directly into me and was like, yo, what's up? What's your name? What's going on or whatever? And then they just started beating me up. It was like a 1v5, 1v6. I had training for self-defense at that time, and I did absolutely nothing to defend myself. I got my butt handed to me completely. But what happened was they were in my face asking me what my name was, and then the dude that was behind them, the dude moved out of the way, and then he just came in there, boom, straight to my face. So I'm automatically completely disorientated, and they just started pummeling me and knocked me into the grassy area and were just kicking me and beating me up. And then they ran away, and so yeah, I was crying and waiting on my mom to pick me up, and she was literally there like not even 5 minutes later. So like if I had stayed with the group, I wouldn't have gotten kicked or whatever, or if I just waited a couple more minutes. The only thing that I can assume why I got picked, besides just completely randomness, was one of the dudes was hitting on this girl that I was hanging out with. Now, see, oblivious to advances isn't the same thing as hanging out with them. You know what I mean? Me and this girl were hanging out, and I don't even know who she was. I don't even remember her name. You know, we were just hanging out, talking, and some dude was trying to hit on her, and she just ignored him and just kept walking with me. And I feel like he took that out on me, him and his buddies. But I can't know for sure. You know? How would I? Okay, so now that I'm doing this side of the eye, it just kind of seems weird. But I was kind of following this line of this crack. I know this tape is kind of in the way here, but I was kind of following this crack for this particular part here, so should be okay. So yeah, that really sucked. It actually eventually led to one of my teeth being removed on my left side of my jaw. It, like, caused abscess somehow. I don't know. So they had to remove my tooth. But my other tooth that's behind the one that got pulled has always kind of felt loose. But now that I've mentioned it, actually, I feel like it's grown to where it's not. It seems like it was kind of loose for like a decade, believe it or not. And just barely, you know, we could just barely move it. But it doesn't feel like that anymore. I just now realized that it seems more normal. I actually had a dream about it falling out, now that I think about it. I had a dream, it like I just yanked it out of my mouth because it was loose. And that wasn't even that long ago. And I didn't think nothing about it because I just thought that it still was kind of loose. That's weird. I forgot all about that. So, did I ever go back to the movie theater after that event? I don't think I did. I think that was the last time that I went. Makes sense, right? I don't think I went back. The thing is like, I don't remember when that was, when I was in middle school. It was just during middle school for sure. But it seems like whenever I got to my later years of middle school, I quit hanging out with random people. and just kind of stuck with hanging out with people that would come over to my house, which we used to have a lot of people coming over to our house. And another thing illegal, another thing a little illegal around here. Hey, I mean, it's been so long, I can't get convicted of these as a felon. Right? I mean, it's been over a decade. So, this one time, my cousin, Keith, and a buddy of mine, around 4th of July, because it wasn't me. I promise I wasn't in this particular... I'm in the next part, okay? I'll get to you on the next part of the story. I wish I could make this line a little straighter, but it's just like... not gonna happen. I'm doing it backwards and I'm filling it in instead of doing the outer line first. But it's okay, I think. So my cousin and one of my friends went to one of the tents that sells fireworks, right? They went to this... It seems like I stayed lower there. I'm trying to kind of see that. It reminds me of the Phantom, the mask that the Phantom wears, actually, for some reason. The movie, which is weird because I'm making a Phanto mask, and it reminds me of the Phantom that Jay and Silent Bob mentions in their movie. Anyway, so they went to this place after it closed. Let's say about 10 o'clock at night. They snuck into the tent and then stole a ton of bottle rockets. As much as they could carry, I guess, is the best way to put it. Even though it seems like... Yeah, let me do the outer line here. It seems like... it should have like a little bit of a curve here. And then it goes kind of straight. And then it starts curving about here. So then they took the fireworks home, to my home, because that's where everybody hangs out at in that neighborhood. It was my house. I was the cool kids, right? We were the cool kids. All right, and we were the Ed and Eddies. That was the three amigos and my cousin, basically. Danny and Chris were the two friends of mine. I'm pretty sure that's who they were. Danny... I'm gonna tell his story really quick. Danny used to do drugs, and I don't mean anything green. And he had a problem that got worse as we got a little older. And so he took a BB gun and tried to rob a convenience store and went to jail. Never seen him again. Good story on that one. But anyway, you know, it seems like he wasn't the one that was there, though. He might have already been in jail. It still comes out a little bit further, I think. No, it's about right. It comes up to there. It's because it's slightly different on this side than that side, I think, is why it's kind of throwing me off. I'm trying to make sure it's as even as possible. I think it comes up to this spot right there. And so they brought the bottle rockets back, right? Okay. My yard was fenced in the backyard, and then there to the diagonal. Like, if you imagine that our houses are squared off in each yard in the neighborhood, so that on the road there's a line of houses, and then there's another line of houses behind them, but facing in the opposite direction, because that's where another road is, right? And they're not a very large squared area. So in the diagonal from our house, the backyard towards the diagonal direction, whichever one, pick one, to the right is the answer correctly. So they didn't have windows put into this construction site. house. They were working on building a house, and see if we're still recording. Yes, we're still recording. Just making sure because my battery was low. And so we proceeded to use the pipes that they were using to build the house with, like the water pipes, the PVC pipes. We were using the PVC pipes to launch the rockets through in a tag team match versus each other. So 2 people were at the construction site. I want to say my cousin and whoever. And I was at my house on the fence line and using it to line up the rockets. And we were just firing rockets at each other through these PVC pipes for like 30 minutes. Just constantly shooting fireworks back and forth. And when we got done, we were just chilling, right? In the backyard in this like patio area. And we all of a sudden noticed that there was a light that appeared in the tree. Now, why would there be a light in the tree? That's when we realized somebody had called the police on us because we were causing too much noise. It was a noise complaint. It wasn't a complaint about the stolen fireworks. It was a noise complaint. Okay, so it comes out just a little bit more. I feel like I just cut it too early here in the other side. And then this side's a little bit thicker too than the other side. Okay. So that I just need to bring it straight down more or less. Actually, it was more of a curve. Anyway, this is still a little bit off from the picture, but hey, we're kind of making something original here. But anyway, so, well, we are now. Make that just a little bit wider. Oh man, I just swear that the other one just looks better. It had more of a curve to it. Maybe like that. That might help bring the curve out. So we realized that it was a cop that was shooting their spotlight over into the tree. And we ran into the house like little kids. We're like teenagers in middle school. We ran in the house like little kids, and we were looking out the windows for the cop driving around, and then we were just chilling. We knew the cop was out there around the house, and we just went into the living room and just put on a movie and acted like we weren't doing anything weird. And this is the part of the story that we didn't really know about until my mom told me that night. She come home from going out clubbing, party rocking, and here she is, a little buzz, a little drunk, and she's trying to fumble for her keys to get into the house when she realizes that there is a cop sitting in our front yard bushes looking through our window, which is very weird. But obviously, we were the ones in the wrong. So anyway, she got scared, of course. And then he let her know what was going on. And then they asked us what happened. Asked us to see if we would tell the truth. Of course, we admitted it immediately because we're scared. And kind of made this a little bit wider. Oh no, I keep making it wider if I keep doing that. I think it is wider on that side than this side, but it's about the same. I think I just want to bring this straight down and then just stop. Okay, so basically he told us that if we go over to the construction site and clean up all of the rockets, the bottle rockets, which was so many of them, if we go and clean up all the bottle rockets from the construction site, we wouldn't get in trouble. So we're like, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. No problem at all. No problem at all. Now I feel like I made that too tall and that too small. And I don't know. Let me see. Let me look down at it. It's pretty much as close as it's gonna get. I feel like that's not too bad. So yeah, we cleaned it up. We didn't get in trouble, and I guess the fireworks were never noticed stolen, or maybe they obviously couldn't do anything about it. I mean, they probably didn't have any cameras, and if they did, maybe my cousin and my friend had masks on. I have no idea, bro. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I do know that I did get to shoot the bottle rockets. So there's a little bit of mess up on the side here. I don't know how I messed up this side whenever it's the right side where my right hand is. But I just trying to get it even here. But this video is definitely way longer than I thought it was going to be. So, yeah, like I thought maybe I could actually finish the mask. But we've literally just got the tape down the middle, and I got the eyes. And I haven't even done the mouth, but I guess I'm probably going to do the mouth next. I'll do the black parts first, then do the red and the white. And then I can maybe redo the black eyes to fix it if I need to, or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I can still fix it there, but let's go ahead and end it here. I did not expect to have a 50-minute video, and I'm just yapping away while I'm barely making any progress. But hey, I haven't done this in forever, like literally forever, like 15 years since I've done creative art. Like I've done art type stuff, you know, for streaming and thumbnails and stuff like that, but like Photoshop and type dealios and editing videos is art, right? But this is actually physically painted art. But alright guys, that's going to be it. Thank you all very much for checking out the Haze Demon Show. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and especially follow me on trovo.live/HazeDemon. I will be putting these videos out as fast as I can, but they do take a lot of processing. And also, yeah, I got to edit the videos too because I got two different parts where my... two different cameras, you know what I'm saying? So I got to put the videos together, and I got to process it, update it, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill. Thank you all very much. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Don't forget to bring a towel, and we will see you all on the flippity floppity. Peace out.